Hi Aries, my name is Kate. Welcome to my channel. This is a tarot reading for Aries for the month of August. If you like this reading, please like, subscribe and share. And please comment as well. I'd love to hear your comments, and I definitely want to hear feedback because this channel is all about learning. So if people see different card interpretations, definitely let me know. I like that as well. I like to see what other people are interpreting the cards as. And that's what this channel is all about, just learning from each other. So this is a you versus them reading for Aries for August 2022. Okay, bottom of the deck is the King of Swords in reverse. So maybe you've been dealing with an air sign. It's not a great energy starting off the reading. It could represent a person, definitely, but it also could just represent the energy that you've been like either in, or maybe somebody that you're around has been in, or that just the experience of your relationship with this person has been kind of King of Swords in reverse. So maybe a little bit overpowering or manipulative kind of energy. Maybe feeling a little bit coerced sometimes. Not a particularly nice energy. So let me just see. Yeah, okay. So your mutual energy is the Ace of Swords in reverse. So to me, this speaks that like there's definitely been some dishonesty in this connection. That's your mutual energy. It could be as well that you're just not speaking. But for me, the swords, especially the Ace of Swords, to me, it's about truth. You know, there's a dove here as well in this image, you know, and for me, that's purity, you know. So with truth, there's honor. And, you know, if it's in reverse here, it's like this connection between you did not get off on the right foot. And there's some sort of dishonesty here. So interesting that you have two swords cards and two swords cards in reverse to start off your reading with Aries. Okay, so moving on, your current energy is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, okay? And their current energy is Death in reverse. Okay, so you're both major arcana for your current energies. So for you, you're going through a difficult time at the moment, to be honest, with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse here. It's some sort of karmic lesson that you had to learn. And it's not a particularly pleasant experience. But this is something that you had to experience. So maybe this connection for you is a karmic connection, but like a lesson that you really had to learn. Maybe you've been repeating this kind of pattern with different people where you find yourself in relationships that are not necessarily honest or, you know, based from truth. So, or based on truth. So, you're going through a difficult enough time at the moment. So I'm sorry that you're dealing with this, Aries. The person you're interested in is coming up with Death reverse. So to me, this is signifying somebody who is kind of moving forward, but not in their growth. They're not really learning any lessons. They're quite, I want to say, dismissive of the lessons that are being handed to them. And also, you know, maybe they're moving forward in a way that's negative and kind of not in a healthy way. So they're not transitioning into a better person, basically, or morally better person. They've kind of been, they're stuck in the way that they are. Okay, so then for how you see them, you've got the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So to me, the Three of Pentacles upright would be about teamwork and working on something like a project or a relationship, something tangible. And the fact that it's in reverse here, it just seems to me that like you see them as somebody who's not willing to put in the effort into this relationship, this connection, who's not willing to work with you. How you are being seen by them as justice, which is quite interesting because they obviously see that you're going to be judgmental, but not necessarily in a negative way, but that you're the kind of person who maybe wants the truth, wants honesty, and wants things balanced. And maybe they're not prepared to give that to you, but they definitely know that that's what you want out of this connection, that you want a fair and honest interaction. They know that, but they're not necessarily willing to put that effort in, and that's very clear here as well. You can see that they're not putting any effort in. Okay, so the action that you're going to take towards them is the Eight of Wands. So you are not moving towards them. The fact that it's in reverse here, it's in reverse here. So you're not moving towards them. You're not even considering taking a step towards them right now. You don't want to communicate with them. And I don't blame you if you're going through this and they're not willing to be honest over here and make the step to move forward in a healthy way, to transition out of whatever kind of behaviors that they're in and learn the lessons that they need to learn as well. They're not willing to do that, and they know that's what you need. So it's very obvious that you're not going to make any communication with them right now. And to me, it doesn't look like I blame you, to be honest. I don't blame you. For them, the action that they're going to take towards you is Judgment in reverse. So they're not going to step up, basically. You may have at some point said to them, I need you to do this to prove to me that like this behavior that you're expressing or the way you're carrying on is something that you don't want to do and that you actually want to move forward. And here's you may have given them some kind of ultimatum, and they're not prepared here with Judgment in reverse. They're not prepared to step up. They're not prepared to put themselves in the line of having to face themselves and their behaviors. And in the outcome here, you've got the Two of Swords. Okay, so to me, this signifies that within the outcome, we haven't seen how this is going to finish, especially with the Moon in this card. We don't know how it's going to finish. We don't know how clearly things are going to unfold, and we can't see. Logically, we can't see. Also, for me, the swords in this, because they're crossed, it's almost like logically you can't see how this could work out. But with the Two of Swords upright, it's almost asking you to look within. Your eyes are covered. Your thoughts are maybe muddled. You feel like, you can't agree with what this person's done. And at the same time, you may have feelings for them. And intuitively, you might have different feelings towards this person or this whole situation. So with the Two of Swords here, it's asking you to look within, both of you, and to really assess how it is that you want to move forward. Because logically, maybe this goes against everything that you would allow yourself to I suppose, accept in a relationship, but at the same time, there's some kind of intuitive connection here, and there's an intuitive feeling. So, yeah, okay, I'm going to just do a little bit of clarification. This person is really not willing to face the music. That's kind of what I get. They're really not willing to face the music and you know, face you. You know, I won't say that they're ashamed, but I definitely think that there's a part of them that's just like, I don't want to look at myself that deeply and have to acknowledge what I actually did or how I behaved or what I have to do now. These are very, very strong energies as well for this person. They have lessons to learn and they absolutely refuse to, you know. And maybe they see you as being honest and fair and forthright. You know, but they're not ready to face you yet. Not right now anyway. That's not to say that they won't in time. Okay. Can I have some clarification, please, on this Ace of Swords in reverse? So with the Ace of Pentacles here, in reverse again, and also with the Seven of Pentacles upright, I think between the two of you are wondering how much you really want to invest in this connection. Maybe you possibly see the potential, and at the same time, nothing will come to fruition yet because this person is not prepared to face up to whatever is going on in this connection. And also maybe you're not open to connecting with them at the moment either. So, you know, it makes sense. It makes sense that this card is looking at you. To me, this is this person here kind of really assessing how much are they going to have to invest in this connection. Also, like, do you think it's actually worth it? You know, with this kind of carry on. Whatever these are, they're the beginning of something and they're stuck at the moment. They're at a standstill. And somebody's not being forthright. The fact that you have justice and judgment here, to me, this is about behaving in an honest, forthright manner. And, you know, with the Ace of Swords in reverse, it's almost like there's somebody not being honest or direct. They're not willing to learn the lessons, and you're going through your lessons. Please clarify the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Okay, so to me, this is you, Aries, with the Queen of Rods energy here. And I think you're interacting with somebody that maybe isn't emotionally we can say emotionally available, but also just emotionally prepared to invest in a connection like this. And especially here with the King of Swords energy as well, somebody isn't in a good enough place to be healthy in a connection. And I think it's this other person, but I think maybe you have a tendency to go for these kind of people. Maybe they're emotionally unavailable, maybe they're not, maybe it's that, you know, you're used to the kind of behavior of somebody manipulating you or being coercive with you, or, you know, just the way that they behave might be charming and lovely at first, but actually underneath it all, they're not a particularly nice person, or their behavior is not really that nice. Sometimes when we are in connections, we're in connections because they are lessons that we need to learn. And often, you know, if we're used to a kind of behavior, maybe from a family member, such as a parent, we often tend to lean towards people who behave in the same way in our romantic relationships, just simply because we're used to that kind of energy, we're used to that kind of behavior, and we tolerate it. We would do it with friends as well. So it's not just romantic relationships. If we're used to a certain kind of behavior, like somebody being coercive or manipulative with us, you're almost comfortable there. And so when you behave, or when you are with somebody who behaves in a completely different way and is kind and considerate and loving towards you, and sometimes maybe we don't necessarily go for that because it's not where we're comfortable, even though it's probably better for us. But we have a tendency to lean towards what we know. And maybe your karmic lesson here is that you lean towards people who are not necessarily good for you, but you're used to that kind of behavior from people, and it's what you know. So this is your karmic lesson. I think that, you know, you need to stand back and really assess the kind of person that you obviously are moving towards or attracted to. It's a really tough lesson. And it's not something that I say lightly, but you are obviously going through it. And I definitely think it has something to do with this, not this necessarily the specific kind of person, or this specific person, but this type of person, this kind of behavior. I definitely think it has something to do with that, this karmic wheel in reverse. But I think you're getting the lesson, because you're here going, okay, this person's not prepared to work with me. So I'm going to focus on not communicating. I'm going to focus on putting my energy elsewhere. Can you clarify the 8 of Wands, please? Yeah. Okay. Look here, you've got Judgment upright and you've got the 4 of Wands in reverse. So you know that you're prepared to learn this lesson. You're prepared to face yourself and the parts of you that need to be assessed and need to be looked after and maybe grown. And with the 4 of Wands here, it's still a really positive card. The fact that you're looking here with Judgment, you're looking at, where do you feel most stable? Where do you feel at home? And if you feel at home with energies like this, that's not necessarily a good thing. And you need to look at that. And that's what you're doing. And I think that is such a powerful message. And even like the fact that you've got Judgment here upright and you're working on yourself and you're ready to face whatever comes at you and assess yourself and grow. And then this person is not prepared to do that. They're not even prepared to even look at themselves. You know, there's no growth here at all. They're almost like intimidated by you because you are putting the work into yourself. You're on a different level to this person energetically because you're open to change, you're open to developing, you're open to growing. And you will be happy because you put in that energy. Okay, I'm just gonna do a couple more cards, and then I've got a message for you from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Some clarification for Aries, please. Yeah. Okay, so we've got Axe and we've got Coffin. Breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. Look here, stop the pattern. You are stopping the pattern. Okay, and then Coffin, endings, new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, transition. This is brilliant. And you should be so proud of yourself because the work that you're doing is evident. And even though it's really hard, you're still doing it. So yeah, fair play. Okay. Can I have a message for Aries, please? One message for Aries, please. Just for advice moving forward. Okay. That's a lot of cards. I'm going to put them back. I just want one message, please, for Aries. Okay, thank you. Okay, we've got blessed in reverse, okay? I'm going to read this from the guidebook. Blessed, 22. So you got the protection message. Humility is called for now, as grace is an unearned gift. You didn't gain this by your own desires or actions. To be who you need to be, you can no longer do what you did. In a way, you have hit rock bottom. In a way, you have hit rock bottom, and what is required now is nothing less than total surrender. Then you will be blessed. Yeah, so I think this is just speaking again to the fact that you are going through a really difficult time. You've hit that place now where, you know, the lesson is so in your face, and you've probably repeated this lesson a few times over now that, like, it's just, you can't go anywhere else except for up, and you can't do anything except learn the lesson now. So really, this whole message is really positive, and I'm sorry that you're having to deal with this kind of behavior, and I'm also really, really sorry that you are having a difficult time. But Aries, you should be really proud of yourself because what you're doing is not easy, and you're doing it. Okay, so stay positive, stay grounded, keep focusing on yourself, and yeah, you're going to be okay. All right, Aries, thank you so much for your reading. Again, please leave any comments. I'd love to hear what you think of the reading. And yeah, if you have any feedback, that would be great. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon. All right, take care. Bye, Aries.